This course covers the key Python skills you'll need so you can start using Python for data science. The course is ideal for someone with some previous coding experience who wants to add Python to their repertoire. If you're a first-time coder, you are encouraged to check out our Intro to Programming course, which is designed for complete beginners who would like to get started with Python. We'll start with a brief overview of Python syntax, variable assignment, and arithmetic operators. Hello, Python. Python was named for the British comedy troupe Monty Python, so we'll make our first Python program a homage to their skit about spam. Just for fun, try reading over the code below and predicting what it's going to do when run. If you have no idea, that's fine. Then click the output button to see the results of our program. Spam_amount equals 0. Print, spam_amount. Hashtag ordering spam, egg, spam, spam, bacon, and spam, for more servings of spam. Spam_amount equals spam_amount plus 4. If spam_amount 0. Print, but I don't want any spam. Viking_song equals spam asterisk spam_amount. Print, Viking_song. There's a lot to unpack here. This silly program demonstrates many important aspects of what Python code looks like and how it works. Let's review the code from top to bottom. Spam_amount equals 0. Variable assignment. Here we create a variable called spam_amount and assign it the value of 0 using equals, which is called the assignment operator. Note, if you've programmed in certain other languages, like Java or C++, you might be noticing some things Python doesn't require us to do here. We don't need to declare spam_amount before assigning to it. We don't need to tell Python what type of value spam_amount is going to refer to. In fact, we can even go on to reassign spam_amount to refer to a different sort of thing like a string or a boolean. Print, spam_amount. 0. Function calls. Print is a Python function that displays the value passed to it on the screen. We call functions by putting parentheses after their name, and putting the inputs, or arguments, to the function in those parentheses. Hashtag ordering spam, egg, spam, spam, bacon, and spam, for more servings of spam. Spam_amount equals spam_amount plus 4. The first line above is a comment. In Python, comments begin with the hashtag symbol. Next we see an example of reassignment. Reassigning the value of an existing variable looks just the same as creating a variable. It still uses the equals assignment operator. In this case, the value we're assigning to spam_amount involves some simple arithmetic on its previous value. When it encounters this line, Python evaluates the expression on the right-hand side of the equals, 0 plus 4 is equal to 4, and then assigns that value to the variable on the left-hand side. If spam_amount 0. Print, but I don't want any spam. Viking_song equals spam spam spam. Print, Viking_song. But I don't want any spam. Spam spam spam. We won't talk much about conditionals until later, but even if you've never coded before, you can probably guess what this does. Python is prized for its readability and the simplicity. Note how we indicated which code belongs to the if. But I don't want any spam is only supposed to be printed if spam_amount is positive. But the later code, like print, Viking_song, should be executed no matter what. How do we, in Python, know that? The colon, smiley face, at the end of the if line indicates that a new code block is starting. Subsequent lines which are indented are part of that code block. We won't talk much about conditionals until later, but even if you've never coded before, you can probably guess what this does. Python is prized for its readability and the simplicity. Note how we indicated which code belongs to the if. But I don't want any spam is only supposed to be printed if spam_amount is positive. But the later code, like print, Viking_song, should be executed no matter what. How do we, in Python, know that? The colon, smiley face, at the end of the if line indicates that a new code block is starting. Subsequent lines which are indented are part of that code block. Note, if you've coded before, you might know that some other languages use curly braces, to mark the beginning and end of code blocks. Python's use of meaningful whitespace can be surprising to programmers who are accustomed to other languages, but in practice it can lead to more consistent and readable code than languages that do not enforce indentation of code blocks. The later lines dealing with Viking_song are not indented with an extra 4 spaces, so they're not a part of the ifs code block. We'll see more examples of indented code blocks later when we define functions and using loops. This code snippet is also our first sighting of a string in Python. But I don't want any spam. Strings can be marked either by double or single quotation marks. But because this particular string contains a single quote character, we might confuse Python by trying to surround it with single quotes, unless we're careful. Viking_song equals spam asterisk spam_mount. Print, Viking_song. Spam 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 spam. The asterisk operator can be used to multiply two numbers. 3 by 3 evaluates to 9, but we can also multiply a string by a number, to get a version that's been repeated that many times. Python offers a number of cheeky little time-saving tricks like this where operators like asterisk and plus have a different meaning depending on what kind of thing they're applied to. The technical term for this is operator overloading. Numbers and arithmetic in Python. We've already seen an example of a variable containing a number above. Spam_mount equals 0. Number is a fine informal name for the kind of thing, but if we wanted to be more technical, we could ask Python how it would describe the type of thing that spam_mount is. Type, spam_mount. Int. It's an int short for integer. There's another sort of number we commonly encounter in Python. Type, 19.95. Float. A float is a number with a decimal place, very useful for representing things like weights or proportions. Type is the second built-in function we've seen, after print, and it's another good one to remember. It's very useful to be able to ask Python what kind of thing is this? A natural thing to want to do with numbers is perform arithmetic. We've seen the plus operator for addition, and the asterisk operator for multiplication. Python also has us covered for the rest of the basic buttons on your calculator. Operator name description. A plus b addition sum of a and b. A b subtraction difference of a and b. A asterisk b multiplication product of a and b. A slash b true division quotient of a and b. A // b floor division quotient of a and b, removing fractional parts. A %b modulus integer remainder after division of a by b. A b exponentiation a raised to the power of b. A negation the negative of a. One interesting observation here is that, whereas your calculator probably just has one button for division, Python can do two kinds. True division is basically what your calculator does. Print 5/2. Print 6/2. 2.5. 3.0. It always gives us a float. The // operator gives us a result that's rounded down to the next integer. Print 5/2. Print 6/2. 2. 3. Can you think of where this would be useful? You'll see an example soon in the coding challenges. Order of operations. The arithmetic we learned in primary school has conventions about the order in which operations are evaluated. Some remember these by a mnemonic such as PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication/division, addition/subtraction. Python follows similar rules about which calculations to perform first. They're mostly pretty intuitive. 8 to 3 plus 2. 7. Minus 3 plus 4 by 2. 5. Sometimes the default order of operations isn't what we want. Height_cm equals 25. My_height_cm equals 190. Hashtag how tall am I, in meters, when wearing my hat? Total_height_meters equals height_height_cm plus my_height_cm/100. Print, height in meters equals, total_height_meters, question mark. Height in meters equals 26.9? Parentheses are useful here. You can add them to force Python to evaluate sub-expressions in whatever order you want. Total underscore height underscore meters equals height underscore cm plus my underscore height underscore cm slash 100. Print height in meters equals total underscore height underscore meters. Height in meters equals 2.15. Built-in functions for working with numbers. Min and max return the minimum and maximum of their arguments, respectively. Print min 1, 2, 3. Print max 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. Abs returns the absolute value of an argument. Print abs 32. Print abs minus 32. 32. 32. In addition to being the names of Python's two main numerical types, int and float can also be called as functions which convert their arguments to the corresponding type. Print float 10. Print int 3.33. Hashtag they can even be called on strings. Print int 807 plus 1. 10.0. 3. 808. Your turn. Now is your chance. Try your first Python programming exercise.